Welcome back, everybody, to Star Wars After Hours. I am Stefan Spallino.
I'm Josh Combs.
Today, we're going to do a short but action-packed episode. Lots of stuff is happening, as well as lots of things.
Things and stuff. It's pretty crazy right now.
Things and stuff. So, first item of note, Galaxy's Edge. 1 year away.
Yeah. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, a.k.a. Star Wars Land, in Disneyland in Anaheim, California, and in Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida.
O-Town.
They are coming in, O-Town, as they call it in Florida.
I'm sure that's what they call it.
Oral Town.
Oral Town.
So the one in Florida is opening in late fall, and the one here in California is opening midsummer. Pretty much at this time of the year next year. So 12 months away from living in Star Wars. And there's some really cool things coming out about it, especially with some cool new pictures that we got here.
New pics.
Hashtag new pics. New pic, who dis?
New pic, who dis?
Okay, so there's Galaxy's Edge, blah, blah, blah. Check this out.
First spaceship lands in Star Wars A Galaxy's Edge. Excuse me. After years of construction, we are finally beginning to see the first pieces of the Star Wars universe be placed inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The space shuttle was seemingly placed overnight, and while it isn't fully complete, it does showcase the immaculate detail we can expect throughout the entire land.
Yeah.
I don't like this ship.
You don't like it?
No.
Yeah, it's just like a transport ship.
Yeah, it's got like a dumb fin looking thing. But I guess that's to mount engines on.
Yeah, there's engines on both sides of it. It's so this is showing the model that was shown at D23 Expo.
Gotcha.
And then the real thing. And this is pretty neat.
It looks good. Looks like a real spaceship.
It really does. It's actually done really well. And you can kind of expect that, in the entire park. Does it say 77?
And the other one says 63.
63? Wonder what those stand for. Or if those still get painted or something. If something gets painted over that, or I don't know.
I think those might be like part numbers or something.
Probably.
Like Legos. They probably put it together like a giant Lego set.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they paint some of it on site.
Yeah, because those look like the where the bay doors would be in the model.
Yeah. Yeah, so unless they change something, those are supposed to be painted different colors.
But anyways, looks cool.
Yeah.
It's coming along fast and nice.
Yeah. It's pretty cool seeing the progress of this and seeing what we're going to get. Like the scale of everything. It's just huge.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's going to be so cool. And then there's a bunch of other little details and stuff that were
Black spires. Food freighters come and go with tasty fare.
Yeah, so that's what that's supposed to be, is a food freighter.
What if... Nah, it's a dumb idea. Never mind.
There's no such thing as a dumb idea.
I was going to say, what if, like, these food freighters are on the top of the restaurants and you can, like, book one out for private parties and eat inside of the ship?
That would actually be really cool.
That would be cool, but it would never happen.
Disney does little things like that sometimes. You never know.
Have to be like a really big ship with like lots of tables in it, and then the waiters would have to like walk all the way up, or
Well,
like take an elevator.
They have some special things like the last train car. It's I forgot what the name was. It's named after Walt Disney's wife, and I don't remember what her name is now, but whatever. You can sit in that back one. It's like the back train car. It's got like carpeting in it, and there's like couches and like pictures and stuff. It's where like all of the famous people used to ride in the Disneyland train. So if you have to like ask like specially to go into that cart or in that car whenever it's on there, but it's one of those little special things
Gotcha.
that you just have to ask for.
Oh,
Yeah. Just gotta ask, man.
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I love asking.
Just asking for things.
Yeah, man. The place looks massive.
Yeah. And this is the one in Florida, because you can see the new Toy Story Land pieces right in front of it. Yeah. So they have a new Toy Story Land.
The new one in Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, all the rock work and everything. Like, these are supposed to be giant trees. Like giant
Too much work, man.
petrified trees. Yeah, they're huge. It's amazing.
Not too much work. Keep going, Disney.
Yeah. Just
Power
enough work.
through. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's real big. And theirs has 2 entrances, and ours is going to have 3 entrances. So it's actually a little bit different.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, they have a few different spots. It's configured a little bit differently, but not too much different. But yeah, so it's pretty cool how that's coming along.
Things are coming together.
Yeah, and not only is it coming together physically, it's also coming together
Emotionally.
Emotionally, it's growing. It's growing and growing to love the place where it lives now.
Yes.
And it is, they're trying to get those Star Wars fumes in there. Get those vibes. But we have this story developing on, the planet that it's supposed to be. It's Batuu, and this is an old trading planet, trading outpost. It's been around for thousands of years. And we just recently had the release of Thrawn Alliances, in which we see Thrawn and Anakin, and later Darth Vader, spend some time together. And you know what? That book partially takes place on the planet of Batuu.
Wow. So they're tying it into the universe.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's a fun little thing.
Yeah, so let's check out this right here, Stefan. Hold on.
Thrawn by Timothy Zahn.
There we go. Let's talk through this. Okay, so yeah, Thrawn Alliance is a sequel to Timothy Zahn's Thrawn novel. The story is about an alliance between Anakin Skywalker and Grand Animal.
Like that grand animal.
That Grand Animal Thrawn. It's just a huge, dog.
It's just like a really grand animal.
I would say a grand animal would be like an elk.
Like a big one, though.
Yeah, like a really big elk.
With wings.
Ooh, elk with wings. That'd be kind of scary, actually.
That would be scary.
Especially because, what
and
if
like
they
a lion's mane.
Ooh. That, probably exists in Revelations or something.
That would exist
the last
in
book
Revelations.
in the Bible.
The weird one.
The weird book of the Bible. Anyways. What is that? Okay. noises, yeah. Dog noises. Dog noises, yeah. I hope you guys like dog noises, because you just got them.
Dogs.
Okay, so, Stefan, you're a better reader than I am.
Well, Ahsoka is going to be in it. Thrawn apparently meets Anakin and Padme on Batuu. Then it kind of goes on, and it sounds like we get some Thrawn and Vader action in the latter years of the book, latter parts of the book. It says that the novel takes place during the Rebels TV series, which is interesting. Grand Admiral Thrawn and Vader were sent to Batuu years later during the peak of the Empire's rule on a mission from Emperor Palpatine to find a disturbance in the Force.
So there's some sort of disturbance in the Force taking place within Batuu.
Could it be Snoke?
Could be something disturbing.
There's Padme, looking great.
Oh yeah. So basically, the businesses and homes are built among the ruins of ancient civilization and carved into enormous petrified black trees that give the outpost its name. So yeah. 4 species dominant on Batuu are humans, Darshi, shish kebabs,
Shistavanans, and Jablogians. I like that one the most. Jablogians.
You're Jablogian.
You're such a Jablogian.
The Darshi are described as a usually non-violent species despite having long clawed limbs and narrow heads and bodies. They also all carry a ceremonial knife at their side. The
Shistavanans, and Jablogians.
They're not described in the novel. However, a quick look at Wikipedia tells us that the former species has the appearance of a werewolf, and the latter is a hairless, generally round species with red skin, pointed ears, and short limbs.
So it sounds funny.
So we're most likely going to see people dressed as these types of creatures, because that's what we were promised, was having, the real aliens, everything be real. So people are going to be dressed up as aliens.
That would be fun.
So this is a funny one. The Black Spire Cantina's bar was rigged to spray sleeping gas onto the patrons when trouble arose. There are also 2 blaster burns on the wall behind the bar from a blaster that was shot at Anakin. Look for them when you visit. The rest of the cantina is dimly lit in this time period due to mostly shuttered windows. The bar itself serves Batuu Brew, Black Spire Brew, Blurgfire.
I want that.
Tonneray White, Andoan White, and Morgan Tea, with or without alcohol. And it features both indoor and outdoor seating. So this will have to follow along with what it's going to be in the theme park version of it. So yeah, I'm going to start listening to this on Audible, and audibletrial.com/Star Wars After Hours. You should do that.
I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that, and then but we have to go on to the next thing. Oh, also, cool little thing. Star Wars Hotel is going in Florida, not in California. Kind of pissed off about that.
Yeah, that's sad.
But it's like everything's themed. There's droids throughout the whole hotel. Every room is like you're in space. Like there's a window where you can look out and see space and like ships and stuff.
That's rad.
Yeah. And like everything's themed out, and you have like different missions and stuff. So
when I go to the hot tub, will there be Twi'leks?
I'm sure there will be. How sick would that be to have just like a straight up cantina in the hotel? But
That would be great.
So it's supposed to also be connected by a tunnel or bridge system to Star Wars land, to the Galaxy's Edge land. So that means there's an entrance from outside of Hollywood Studios to inside of Hollywood Studios through Star Wars land, only coming out of the Star Wars hotel.
Wow.
So I'm sure that only people who are staying at the Star Wars hotel will be able to go into the Galaxy's Edge from that way, just like how they have it with California Adventure and the Grand Californian entrance.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's going to be really neat.
Very neat.
Yeah.
The big news of the week, though, of course, Jonathan Favreau and his live action series. Again, this is going to be kind of more of a rumor than like super confirmed, but it's from trusted sources. 100 million for 10 episodes.
Yeah. So this is going to be a live action series, going to be on Disney streaming services, just like the last season of Clone Wars. Live action, 10 episodes, and they have $100 million for a budget. $10 million per episode.
That's pretty good.
They have to be probably like hour-long episodes.
I would think
45
so.
minutes to an hour.
Yeah. So the budget for Han Solo was like 250 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be like probably like 5 times as more footage with less than half the budget.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a lot, like 10 million per episode is like, sounds like wow, but it's not really that wow.
What are you trying to adjust?
The clip at the bottom came off a little bit. This is like sagging.
Undo that and then push it like all the way in.
There we go.
There you go.
And the coolest part is that, old Johnny Boy said it himself that it was going to take place about 7 years after the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, so that's right as the Empire is falling.
Big time.
Big time. This is after Battlefront 2. Because Battlefront 2 is just like right after Return of the Jedi, right after that. But it's going to take, roughly 7 years, right?
Yeah, and the coolest part, and the part that's also just a rumor right now, is that it might be about the Mandalorians.
Yeah. So it might take place on the planet of Mandalore. And as we saw in Rebels, you have different clans of the Mandalorians, and some of them are on the Empire side. Then they kind of take over all of Mandalore, and there's always wars on Mandalore. It's like a war planet.
It is a war planet.
And the thing is that we had talked about this like a while back when we were talking about the live action thing.
Yeah, are things that we would have loved to see.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get it.
I think we're getting exactly what we were wanting. A Game of Thrones. Star Wars version of Game of Thrones.
Mandalore.
Yeah.
Sign me the F up.
Just not as incestuous.
Hopefully not.
No. King Joffrey. King Joffrey of...
I don't watch Game of Thrones, dude.
I don't know, whatever. I don't I don't watch it either. I just know some of the people's names. And that's it. But it's around that same budget. So it's going to be high quality.
Yes.
And so my kind of one thing that my question was is what's the theme going to be? Is it going to be like gritty and dark, adult oriented, kind of like Logan, or is it going to be more like family friendly adventure, kind of like let's say like Logan versus like X-Men First Class?
My guess is that with their first kind of thing that they're doing for the streaming service and the amount of money they're putting into it, they're going to want it to appeal to as large of an audience as possible.
True.
Doesn't mean I think that's what they should do, but I think that's what we'll get. It's kind of like a more friendly, accessible, fun, kind of happy-go-lucky type series.
I couldn't see that on Mandalore.
Yeah, it's
though.
tough, huh?
Yeah, because also what we have is we have Resistance coming out, the animated series, and Clone Wars. And so you have those two series that are for, kind of a younger audience.
That's true. Are those coming out on the streaming service, though?
They're all coming out at the same time on the streaming service.
Gotcha.
And so, excuse me.
You're excused.
Well, thank you. So I would think that there's going to be some sort of adult offering, at least, in Star Wars at some point. So I'm wondering if this is going to be, that little, I mean, it's big, but it's 10 episodes of something. It's something that starts and finishes pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be like a good story behind it, but not anything lasting, I guess. I don't know.
We really don't know anything about what happens
in
that time period. So,
no. Yeah, and there's like no First Order at this point either. There's no Resistance. It's just basically like the New Republic.
Yeah, the Resistance is finishing off the Empire, basically.
The Rebels. Finishing off the Empire.
The Rebels.
Yeah. Get it right, Stefan. Call them the correct name.
My bad, dude. My bad.
They're not resisting, they're rebelling. Get it right.
Okay.
Because they're rebels, all right?
I rebel. I have a million thoughts on this, but I have to be somewhere at 8, and it is past 8.
It is past 8.
So why don't we I could almost deep dive on just that next week.
Yeah, on the whole.
Johnny Favs.
Yeah. I still kind of want to talk about, we don't have to do it right now, really, but Rey's new costume.
We were supposed to do that last week, weren't we?
Yeah, and then we pushed it off to this week, and then now we're pushing it off to next week. I mean, it's not that big of a thing.
Why don't we open with that next week so that it gets done?
Yeah, so it actually does get done.
All right, well, this has been a quick news snippet version of Star Wars After Hours. Make sure you check out the Cool Shit Show as well.
Yeah, it's a fun show. Oh, let's do this real quick.
Okay.
So basically, we have this here dewback, Black Series dewback. Now it has Boba Fett riding him instead of a Sand Trooper, but
good.
That's how it works. That's how he belongs, because this is one of our new mascots here, and he doesn't have a name yet. I asked online, and some of you guys gave some names. So we're gonna choose out of this Crayola chalk box. We're gonna choose 2 names and then decide between the 2.
How about we choose 2 names and then we coin flip to decide? The actual name.
Got a coin.
All right. Okay, Josh, stick your hand in there.
All right. So the first name is Sandy.
Okay.
And then now you pick out the second one.
The second name is Jeffrey. Something is telling me Jeffrey is going to be joining Todd.
Should we even flip this?
No.
Because I don't want to lose. I want Jeffrey.
Yeah, okay. Jeffrey and Todd, two like basic, like the most basic dudes. Jeffrey, the dewback, and Todd the Rancor.
That's so perfect. So, thank you everyone who gave us those names, because we came up with the good one.
Jeffrey.
Nothing that has
Nothing
to do with
against
Star Wars or
yeah.
sand or anything like that. Sorry about the Sandy thing, but we just had to go with Jeffrey.
He was cute, but I was feeling Jeffrey.
I was really feeling Jeff.
Yeah.
Even when we were talking about it earlier, I was like, oh, Jeffrey would probably be just a good name to begin with.
It is good.
So
it's kind of a good name for like a lizard.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Carly always names everything Herbert. Like things that she like names things that she likes sometimes, like a cow that used to be at Disneyland, at the petting zoo that they used to have there, that they demolished for the entrance to Galaxy's Edge.
Sad.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him, but she was like, oh, what happened to Herbert? And I'm like, who? She's like, Herbert. Like, what are you talking about?
Herbert.
The cow. Like, the baby cow that's at Disneyland. Yeah. No, it's just
lit.
It's very lit.
Jeffrey and Todd. That'll do it.
Yeah.
I gotta run.
You gotta run. StarWarsAfterHours.com, at Star Wars After Hours, Instagram at SW After Hours, Twitter, Facebook.com/Star Wars After Hours Podcast, Patreon.com/Star Wars After Hours Podcast. Yeah, I'll do the other ads after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great job.
Good job.
You know what's going on?